here on Logic Before Authority. And I'm going to give you an update on that and this and a bunch of other things, but I'm going to do it on my Daniel's Ark Garden channel, which I'll put a link below to that channel if you're interested in seeing what all I'm doing with the Ark Garden. But what this video is about actually is about what happened day before yesterday. As y'all guys know, we kind of broke down on the side of the road. Ended up being a very, very simple problem to fix that, but things went downhill very fast when our help showed up to tow us 2 miles home. This road here, as you can see out here, we were about 2 miles down that way. And our friend come to help us get the car to the house. It's only 2 miles. We had a tow strap, connected up a tow strap, and that's kind of where things went wrong. And I'm going to take you and show you here in a second. It's just kind of noisy up by the road. It's even noisy right here, but anyways, we started coming back and started noticing a few things kind of right out the gate. We kind of talked before we left. If you see my taillights, I need to hit the brakes on my car and kind of keep the strap tight, and we don't want any yanking, don't want any surges, because, things can go wrong. And, well, they did, but anyways, we pulled out, and the person, our friend that was helping us, which I greatly appreciate her trying to help, but when she pulled out, she kind of pulled out in front of some cars, and that didn't end up going wrong. They slowed down enough and everything, but then I seen her reach and grab her cell phone, and she got on the phone while she was towing me with a very short strap. But we started coming back, and I'm thinking, trying to understand why she's driving so fast. She's driving almost freeway speed. She was about 45, 50 mile an hour, and I only had about a 10-foot gap in between me and her. It was a short strap. And so there's no way for me to communicate with her. She's on the phone, and I'm back here with no power steering, no power brakes, trying to do the best I can to keep my distance without creating too much pressure on the strap. So, but we come on back, things are going okay, and we get to about straight out there, and she's still doing 45, 50 mile an hour or whatever, and she changes lanes real quick, which I adapted to, and then she started slowing down a little bit, but she wasn't. When we were right here, which you'll see where we had to turn around at to come across the 4-lane highway there, she was going way too fast. We should have been going, right here, we should have been doing 15 mile an hour. We were doing about 40. And so we're coming by here at a pretty good clip, and we've got to turn at a turnaround just up the street here, which I'm going to show you, to come back to the house here. And the turnaround's just right over there, basically. But she's going like 40 miles an hour, and this is too fast because she's pulling someone. And we have to turn off in the middle, where there's a turnaround spot, and we've got to stop there and, make sure traffic's clear, and then ease real carefully on across and come back to the house here. Well, because we were doing 40 or so here, it was hard to judge how much she was braking and stuff, but it worked okay until we got to the turnaround. She decided, and I couldn't communicate with her, of course, she decided I'm just going to go ahead and shoot across the street because there was some pavement that she could come across onto on the other side, but I didn't know this. And I'm trying to keep the rope kind of tight and help slow her slightly a little bit at the same time so that she don't have to hit her brakes and back up and run into me, basically. And luckily that didn't happen. However, when we turned in the turnaround, she hit the gas while I'm hitting the brake and snatched the front end out from under my car. Basically, not the front end like the axle, but you'll see here in a minute. I haven't even looked at it yet. You can't tell by looking at the car from the outside, but the strap was underneath and wrapped around the frame of the car and was fed back through itself so it would cinch, so it wouldn't slide too much, hopefully. And this would be fine. This ain't a way you would tow anything, but there's no tow straps on a Cadillac CTS. So it would be fine, and it was fine until she decided she was going to shoot on across the highway without me knowing it, and I'm applying brake to keep the rope tight, and she's applying gas. So what it did is the rope that was clenched around the frame, it slipped off the front of the frame, and it ripped the radiator, and I don't even know what else it destroyed. But the radiator was mounted to that frame mount on top of it, and it ripped through the radiator. And I know that because all the water ran out on the road. The only thing that was wrong with the car is the battery cable connection was loose, and it had caused the battery to drain down and caused us to cut off. So there was nothing actually wrong with the car. I just need to charge the battery back up and it would be fine. But after this little snatch incident with me not knowing that she was going to cross the road and gave gas to the truck, it pulled it off the end of the frame, and everything that was in the head of it in front of that strap got ripped off the frame, including the radiator at a minimum. I haven't even looked, but we're going to go look and see what we can see, because the car is inoperable at this point. I'm sure it would crank, but you ain't going nowhere because it ain't got no water in it. That's my fig tree just recently planted. Let's go out here. Had the charger on the car and got the battery all charged up. Everything works perfect again, electrically. Now, see, everything looks pretty normal right here, but it ain't normal. And I've got to take this off of here so we can maybe see down there better. And my hands are dirty and got a couple blisters because I've been working in the garden, trying to take us back to the old days as best I can. So I've got to take this off, so give me just a second and we'll take a look and see what we can see. Okay, I took this little lip basically off, and we're trying to look down in here. I think I'm going to have to get under the car because you can't really see what the damage is. But you can see that frame that runs, well, you can't hardly see it, but there's a frame that runs towards the front of the car here. So we're looking right down on the right hand side of the car, and you got a frame that runs right up under here, and all this stuff is kind of mounted on it, and it ripped anything that was on top of that frame off, and of course all the water from the radiator poured out. Let's lay down here and see what we can see. You're going to be able to see better than me, and I'm going to have to look at the footage afterwards to see what I can see myself. So you're going to get a better view than I will to start with. Let's see what we got. Matter of fact, I ain't going to be able to see it all, but y'all guys will. Maybe. Is it even still recording? Yes, I think so. It's a little difficult to do. Sorry guys. Just making sure I'm not zoomed in or something. Alright, let's go under again. Not sure what you can see, if you can see anything. Trying to hold the camera kind of still and move it around a couple of different places. So maybe I'll be able to see what the damage is under there. I can see one thing that's wrong. This frame right there is sticking way down low. Oh God, that ain't good. I think we're upside down. Let me see if I can turn the phone over. See that frame rail right there? It ain't supposed to be that low to the ground. It's ripped. It's been ripped down, of course. Let me see if I can get back around there and turn the phone where I can see what's going on up here constantly. And I think I just turned the phone off. I don't know. No. It's still going. Yeah, that frame rail is not supposed to be down yonder. It's supposed to be up. That's almost dragging the road now. Just trying to get a few different angles so when I watch this back, because I can't see what y'all guys are seeing right now, if you're seeing anything. Who knows? Just trying to get some different angles. Let's see if I can come over here. Look back that way or something. Frame should be right above it, basically. I can't really see. I'm looking through the grill on the car and I can see that frame rail that's bent down. I can't see where the damage to the radiator is at either. But I know it's damaged because all the water ran out. I'm hoping it's just a hose coming done. Maybe I can jack this frame rail back up, put some pressure on it with a jack and bend it back up. If there ain't too much other damage, I don't know. All right. That's enough torturing y'all guys. That's enough torturing y'all guys looking down there. Miss Kim out here and doing inspections. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to watch this footage back and see if I can see anything. Maybe come back and try to do it again. But yeah, we got some problems. If y'all guys don't mind helping your brother out, because I mean, I hate to say it, but I've got to have transportation, and I've suffered with that car for 6 years now, and it's got all kind of things wrong with it, but it was still taking us from point A to point B, so I dealt with it, you know. And but what I really need is I need a truck. There's got to be a brother or sister out there somewhere that's willing to help a brother get into a situation where I can have a truck. It don't need to be pretty, it can be ugly. Uglier the better. Being all the pieces, but runs good and fairly dependable. It can be old too. I just need something I can work with. I'm trying to turn this into an orchard and into a place that not only can feed me, but be able to help feed the people around me in the days that are coming. There's times that are coming that we've got to prepare for, not just be selfish and prepare for ourselves like a prepper. We've got to be prepared to help and be able to provide something to the community so they see value in you being around and see value in supporting you through trade and assistance and help. And so I'm trying to do that. I've about got my chicken coop built. And please don't beat me down too bad about my design and all this other thing, but it's a chicken coop. And of course, there's going to be more area out here where they're going to be able to run around. I've got plenty of area where they can run around. This is my mulberries falling on a plastic mat here. Done picked up about 15 pounds probably. You can see them in the tree here. See the mulberries everywhere still. This tree's already dropped 500 pounds probably. And the tree's huge. You can see both big limbs coming off of it. One going up to the right, one coming up to the left, and then it splits into multiple limbs. This whole area is covered with mulberries. I mean, I can go way down here. See here? Mulberry. Right there. Mulberries up in there. It comes all the way over here. Yeah, right there. Mulberries. So I'm trying to do what Father wants me to do and build this into something that can not only take care of myself. That's what preppers do. They take care of themselves. I'm not wanting to be a prepper. I'm wanting to be a shepherd. Trying to be a shepherd. And you can only do that as if you're going to take care of not only yourself, but others who are going to be in need when the things that are coming come upon us. And it's close. We've already had the warning shot shown to us. You see, they're preparing to provoke Babylon to be destroyed. You should know what Babylon is. It'd be the most powerful country in the world that controls the media, controls the money system, and controls the military of the world. Who is that? Well, Babylon has to fall. Mystery Babylon has to fall. And they're preparing for it. The 10 horns will hate her. And I'm trying to prepare for it. And I'm trying to warn y'all guys. And I'm trying to provide y'all guys knowledge. Because I ain't going to make a dime out of filming, building this art garden out and doing this. What I am going to make is, you might say, points in heaven. Okay? Because I can show other people how to do this kind of stuff. And you say, well, it's simple. You just build a chicken coop. No, not everybody out there could do this, even without having a lot of instruction and stuff. This was an old deck. I took all the boards. There were 2x6s and a couple of 2x8s, and I cut them all down into smaller pieces. As you can see, they're thinner than a 2x4, smaller than a 2x4. And I had to piece a few of them together, and a few I had long. And I got to cut those off. Yes, I got to get me some kind of a roof on here. The way funds are right now, it's probably going to be a tarp for now. Maybe one day I can get a metal roof. And I've got to build out an area back here where the hens will have an area to lay all this. Lay back here. Maybe over there, I'm not sure, but at least for sure over here where all the hens can lay. I've got oh, that's right, I planted, oh boy, it needs water too. I planted, these are beans that you'll see growing here. Those are all beans. That one needs water bad. I gotta go get the water right now. They're planted around here. They'll grow up on this fence, you see. And that does multiple things. One, it gives cover for the chickens so they feel like they're in a natural environment, not like they're in a cage. It provides foliage all over the fence, so it helps the chickens. And then it produces beans for me to have food. And the chickens will eat all the bugs that come and try to mess with the beans. If they see bugs messing around here, they're going to get them. That's what chickens do. They don't eat beans. So, and I got a couple more over here. And I'm going to plant all the way around the whole building like this. But, ow. Watch out for that board. That's about the fourth time I done hit that sucker, because it's lower than my head. It hit me right in the forehead just now. Anyways, I'm going to plant all the way around, come down through here. I've already got it right back. And I just got to till that soil up through here like I've done here. You see I've got wire on this wall here too, because I'm going to let stuff grow up on here. I've got peas, I've got gourds, I've got all kinds of things that need to grow up, and more things coming that I'm planting. I'm going to plant here because it can grow up on here too. It's using what I have to the best advantage of what I can, because I'm lucky to have a piece of land where I can do this stuff. I've been, as you can see, been cutting a lot of wood and processing it down, processing it through this little plant here, you might say. This is where my grill is going to go when I get enough funds to get me a few more bricks. And I'm processing it down into pieces and ultimately into this size piece, like that. So out of big pieces of tree, I'm bringing it all the way down to this size, because this is the size you cook with. You don't put big old logs on like that, like this. You don't cook with that. You heat with that. Plus, this is pear tree wood. This come out of a pear tree. It's beautiful wood. Beautiful wood. And see, I take the skill saw and cut this down in chunks. And so that way, like I've got these old charcoal bags here. I've been saving them. And I've got 3 bags of it full of cut up wood now. Because that's your lump charcoal bags, where it's kind of like what I'm doing, except for I have the best, which is pear wood. It has a sweetness to the wood. It's perfect for smoking, and also, for smoking meats and stuff. But also, it's really good for just cooking with. It's an excellent wood. It's like one of the best you can get. Your super high-end restaurants will use it to cook with. So, and also in the chicken coop, I'm going to take limbs like these, like that. You can see it's pretty thick, and it's dry, but it's sturdy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it in the chicken coop. This ain't where I'm going to permanently put it, but I'll show you an example. So I take it, stick it through here, like that, and then put it back like this, for instance. Not exactly like that, and I might have to trim it down, but I'm going to make it steps coming up, so the chickens will have the ability to be able to get on these and sit up in it if they want to. I'm going to put a bunch of limbs in here, and then this is going to be covered by foliage from the beans and the gourds and everything. And I'm going to keep the rain off of them, and they'll be like in a natural environment. If you make the chickens happy, they feel safe, they're going to lay a lot more eggs because they feel safe. It's all about security with hens. It's about security. It really is. And when they're happy, they make better eggs. They make better chickens. To start with, I'm just going to have hens, but then I'll get a rooster, and let him make some babies, have some sparks going on, if you know what I'm talking about, and have some more biddies and stuff, and because chickens, they only have such a lifespan depending on the type of chicken. Look at all those purple flowers out there. These are, I'll show you real quick. I guess this is a full meal deal video. This is a type of clover. I had actually never seen this type of clover before. I was only familiar with the white ones. But this kind of clover, let me get one of the leaves here. Let's see, here in the sun. This kind of clover has a little bit different shaped leaves and purple flowers, which are pretty. So I don't cut them down. At least not out here on the edge. In the middle, I have to cut them, but they grow right back. Yep, they grow right back. We have this phenomenon here in the South called rednecks. There's my little beginnings of the art garden system and shed. And I've got, let me see, I better check it. A couple things. This is a peach tree right here. A full-on peach tree. Yeah. This is blueberry. It's a little single blueberry bush, but I'm gonna have a patch here. I gotta get more. This is a grapevine. Natural, non-GMO grapevine. Looks like it might need a little bit of water. I just planted them, so they're looking a little puny still. Hopefully it makes it. My peach tree, the people that lived here before cut all the lower limbs off so you couldn't get to the fruit easy. Unbelievable. See, cut the limbs off. But by the grace of God, this one's coming back. Look at it. It's growing again, and so is this one down here. They cut that one off, but nature prevails. Where they cut off one limb, 4 grew back. 4 replaced the one. And then we got this one that cut it off, and another one's growing back to replace it. One there, they cut this one off, and I got 1, 2, 3, oh, 2. 2 that grow back to replace that one that was cut off. None ain't come back on that one yet. This one's got it coming back right here. That's peach trees, that's free fruit. There's another one coming back right there. And I don't know what this thing is right here. I hate to just cut it down. Somebody's already, cut it. But I don't know what it is. I got to figure out what this is, because it probably ain't helping this peach tree any. And yeah, so got a wonderful peach tree growing here. Look at that. Unbelievable. Thank you, God, for everything you've done for us. Look, that one right there was cut off too, but it's coming back. You don't cut off your lower limbs, people. You don't cut them off. That's the easy fruit. But I can get a pole, like a PVC pipe. Actually, I already got one. Put a little basket on it and put it up under the fruit and pull it off as this fruit grows. And out here, this is going to be a greenhouse. Right out here. You're going to look back at this year from now, and there's going to be a greenhouse here. A real one that's got like either glass or polyurethane windows, and it's solid so the wind hopefully don't blow it away. And then I'll be standing in the greenhouse about right here. And then as you come out of the greenhouse, you'll be coming out up here. You come out of the greenhouse and there's going to be an arch. There's going to be an arc right here. And there's going to be on one side, there's going to be a wooden pole here that's going to go into the ground over here. And on the other side, there's going to be a pole going into the ground here. Down into the water table, I'm going to run a copper wire and wind it around the pole, coming to the top. That is knowledge out of the tree of knowledge out of the garden, to be used for good, not evil in this case. And it's going to be here wound around just like a Tesla coil, and over here the same thing. That technology and that knowledge, which I have been given great understanding of by Father, can be used for good or for evil. We're going to use it for good and for growing and for healing and for health, the way it should be used. So there you got a pretty good tour. I got a lot going on and a lot to do. The link to my Ark Garden channel will be down below. In the more button down there, that they've almost disappeared these days, but it's still there. Got a little bit of junk to throw away. It's still there, and that's where the link to that'll be. And as soon as I figure out really what it's going to cost to fix the car or get a clue, I'll let y'all guys know. But I can tell you one thing right now: your brother needs your support. And all I ask for from each of you individually, because there'll be thousands of people that'll see this video, and all I ask for, all your brother's asking for, is $1 from each of you. $1. You say, I ain't giving my money away. $1? Really? I bring knowledge and truth to y'all guys now for a decade and a half. And many of you have supported my work over the years. But lately, ever since I finally got a place to live and ain't homeless anymore, and some of the first wave of the storm kind of passed me, and I've gotten past that, not all of you, but a lot of you have. And I know there's a lot going on, so I'm not putting judgment on anybody either. But all I'm saying is all I'm asking for is a continued contribution once every month or two of $1 to $5. If you got plenty of money, maybe a little bit more, but really to the average person. Because I don't want a lump sum. I mean, it's great, but I don't want necessarily a lump sum from anybody, and then they feel like they don't want to donate anymore for the next 2 years. And then I'm starving by then. You know, it's better to get a trickle. It's better to have a trickle coming than it is a flood and then drought. And I've got things going on right now with the car, and there's a bunch of other things. I mean, I've been driving for 9 months, almost a year, 10 months, with no insurance,